The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Browns and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Tonight, the final dress rehearsal, week 3 of the preseason. And we got a good matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Here's 2nd and 10. Thompson Robinson off of play action. His throw incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
They toss it down to Pollard. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Boy, shifts past him. And they work this out past the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage. Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 74 yards. And the Browns put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Still going inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Tony Pollard, 55 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Cleveland offense making their way out. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
5 yards on the play.
We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Thompson Robinson now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play action, now Thompson Robinson. He's looking deep for Bell. And it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 18 more yards there and another first down. Here's Howell. A little short pass. This is Everett. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 41, here's second down and 7. Out of the gun, a give to Pollard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And he'll find Everett there, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field. And
Howell loses it. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Thompson Robinson to throw on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Again, Thompson Robinson will look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. On the bootleg, here's Thompson Robinson. Flush to his right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Off the play fake, Thompson Robinson. Bell brings it in across the formation. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress, trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Browns will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Swinging this out for Pollard. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. To the sideline and incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
One last shot before the break, Howell. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top for the 3rd quarter. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys... He's got him in! Complete! Touchdown, Washington! Tony Pollard, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Steps away. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 167 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Oh, look at the juke. He's still on his feet. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Browns have moved out in front. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
3rd and 3. Faking the handoff, Howell. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Gets by him at the 25. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. Throwing here, Howell. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. A first throw for the backup, Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 8 yards out. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Washington on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a handoff as they run left side. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
245 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal will be 55 yards. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. 2nd down and 6 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30.
Well, the down stuffs will put this offense in precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
All right, go. Black block. Ready.
Now a handoff looking right. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Here's Thompson Robinson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Well, remember now, no overtime here in the preseason, so in a tie game. Oh, now meanwhile, on the tackle, some words back and forth. A penalty flag is out. Let's see what this is all about. Boy, so that likely would have forced a fourth down were it not for the penalty. Instead, a gift of 15 yards.
That's a tough way to get a gift, isn't it? But the yardage, secondary to what you just described. The big result, a free first down.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll try to run this one in. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So Josh Rosen in the offense. Down by 7, 55 seconds remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The clock stopped. 50 seconds to play. 2nd and 10. Here's Rosen. This is Robinson.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now it's Washington's turn. Trailing in this one now. A little over 30 seconds remaining. Back to the air, Rosen after the pick 6. Throw left side complete. That's Perkins. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Rosen on 1st and 10. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it.